What's up, weirdos? Welcome to another episode of Universe of Weirdos. It is me, Jay Kraft, the man who originally taught your boys to beware. The man who brought you the PSA from 1961 to tell you, hey, boys out there, be aware of these things. And it turned out to just be a very oddly tone-deaf, anti-gay PSA where they equated homosexuals to serial killers. Yeah. And I guess that's how you wanted your boys to protect yourself in 1961. And with me on that episode was Brother Dan.
Hey, hey.
And he is back with me today. Now, here's the thing, is that was an actual public service announcement from 1961. The Boys Beware episode. If you would like, feel free to go back into the Universe of Weirdos stream at some point and find the, or our feed rather, and find the 1961 Boys Beware PSA episode. Because it was teaching boys how to protect themselves, but it was really just super anti-gay and essentially compared gay men to serial killers.
Yeah.
Which is very, very weird. But that was for boys. What about the girls out there?
Oh.
There was a thing made in conjunction with that, because this was made for the Inglewood schools. The 1961, the Boys Beware, was made by the Inglewood School District to educate the boys. So obviously, what are the girls going to watch?
Okay.
There's a Girls Beware.
Oh.
So here's the thing, though. I haven't watched this one ahead of time.
Oh,
so you
man.
and I are going to be watching this one for the first time together to react to some of it. And I hope it turns out pretty well, because I don't know. I can only imagine what's probably in this.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. They're not going to be talking to them about the homosexual.
Yeah.
But I bet you there's going to be probably a lot of stranger danger.
Yeah.
A lot of don't wear that kind of clothing. A lot of, shaming you ahead of time and making you a potential victim be the person who was at fault.
Yeah, for real.
They really like to shame girls in these PSAs back in the day. Like,
oh, yeah.
The original one that I did was when they were talking about, no, Helen, why are you always sleeping? You need to wear the right skirt with the right sweater. Otherwise, nobody likes you. You're immoral and terrible. And it's like, wow.
What?
Wow. Way to shame our girls into just, feeling bad about themselves for existing, which I thought was pretty weird. So here we go. We got this one. It's shorter than the Boys Beware. So it's, only about 10 minutes long. This one is Girls Beware, 1961 PSA. On the dangers of being a woman, I guess. So, pretty awesome. Here we go. Sid David Productions presents Girls Beware. Like the music. Good music. Produced with the cooperation of the Inglewood Police Department and the Inglewood Unified School District. Some good music, man.
Oh,
yeah. Norma Neufner, policewoman. It says policewoman on her desk.
I'm Norma Neufner, policewoman, attached to the Juvenile Division. I'm on a call from a very worried mother whose daughter is missing.
Uh-oh.
Her daughter's name is Judy Miller.
Judy. Uh-oh, Judy. What happened, Judy? She's looking at a bunch of index cards.
Judy enjoyed babysitting, but there weren't enough jobs among the people she knew, so she decided to advertise at the supermarket for extra work.
All right. Sounds like a good way to do it. Oh, I see.
Late the following afternoon, the phone rang.
She was
Judy
posting
was
up a
offered
bulletin
job for that
saying,
evening.
hey, I can...
The man told her...
I can babysit for you, and now somebody's calling her up to go...
Yeah, pull the number tab off.
Hey, Judy, you want to come over and babysit my kid? And I'm going to guess there's probably no kid.
His wife were going out to dinner and that their regular sitter couldn't make it. Could he pick her up in 15 minutes?
Okay. So here we go.
Judy's mother hadn't returned when it was time to go, so she left a message by the telephone.
She's off with this dude who's in a full tux. He's got a nice bow tie and everything. She left a note for her mom on the phone saying, "I went out for a babysitting gig. Be back later." Her mom's reading
When her
it,
mother
checking
came
it
home,
out.
she found Judy's note and called the number to let Judy know she was home in case she wanted anything.
Good parenting practices. It's a rotary telephone, so it's taking her a while to dial.
A woman answered, but she didn't know anything about Judy and told Mrs. Miller she must have the wrong number.
Uh-oh. Oh, damn. He hit her with the false number. This is the place you're gonna be, Judy, and let your mom know. That would throw up some red flags. But instead, she's just sitting there reading a magazine like nothing's wrong. Okay, Judy's mom. When your daughter leaves you a phone number of saying, "This is where I am going to be, a man is picking me up in his tuxedo," and you call and the person goes, "Oh, fuck you talking about? Who's Judy? I don't even have a husband, lady." Then don't just sit down in your night coat and read a magazine.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you? Try to figure that shit out. Find out why your daughter is not where she's supposed to be. Maybe Judy's mom is to blame.
Yeah, Judy.
All right, so let's see what's up here. She's looking at her
By
watch.
midnight, Mrs. Miller was really worried. She phoned the police and was transferred to juvenile. I took the necessary information and assured her we'd do everything we could.
This
She'd have to
policewoman
try to
looks
be
like John
patient and wait.
Travolta.
The waiting lasted almost a week. Then the report came in. Judy's body had been found on a lonely desert road.
Oh, damn. Oh, Judy.
The most difficult part of my job is bringing bad news to parents.
Why did you take that babysitting job?
You can never find the right words to tell a mother her daughter has been murdered. Judy hadn't done anything wrong, she'd only been careless. Careless about whom she'd trusted. In itself, there'd been nothing wrong about advertising for a job, but it led her to trusting a person she knew nothing about. A mentally sick person who used her innocent ad as an introduction to his act of violence.
Okay, but how is that necessarily preventable? You know? Like, that's what I'm interested to see if it goes into. Like, because again, this is kind of like going back to the boys beware thing of a certain level of tone deaf.
Yeah.
Like, yes, this kind of thing can happen, but like, this kind of thing can also like, you could be getting out of your car in a parking lot and somebody could drag you into their car. Like, anyone can be a victim of just existing. Like, it's all very random. It's not like a widespread issue, but yeah, I mean, you know, poor Judy was murdered. I would imagine you gotta look into that one, policewoman. So let's keep going. Let's see what else is going on.
Being
here.
safe is often no more than applying good judgment in everyday life.
Yes.
One night while Barbara
How was Judy
babysitting,
wrong?
the doorbell rang. She didn't open the door, but called and asked who it was. A stranger said his car had broken down and could he use the phone. Barbara was very polite, but she told him she was babysitting and expecting a call from her parents.
Say no, Barbara.
However, she was sure the next door neighbors were home and perhaps he could use their phone. The stranger thanked her and left. Now, Barbara had been polite and helpful.
Let me guess where this is going. Then he kicked the door in and slit her throat, and somehow it's Barbara's fault. Barbara should have been more careful at the fact that there was a psychopath on her doorstep just with murderous bloodlust in his heart. Like, it's so weird because it's basically like, we're teaching the girls the danger. Like, for one, these aren't just specifically girl problems. Like, a weird psycho killer can show up on the house of your son while he's just at home watching TV too. So, all right, let's keep going. Let me see how somehow Barbara's at fault or being careless for being a victim of a psycho night stalker.
Hadn't taken any chances, and when her father called, she was safe.
Oh, that was a good example of what to do. Okay, good job, Barbara. You made it out alive. All right, so now it's kids in the movie theater. And some Dick Tracy-looking motherfuckers coming and sitting in the back.
Friday night was movie time for Sally and Elizabeth. Their parents alternated weeks taking them and picking them up. Friendships are easily made in a crowded theater, and when two older boys struck up a conversation and moved next to them,
They went to see
were
a
secretly
talking
pleased.
picture. These color movies are never gonna catch on.
At intermission, Sally found it flattering to have her friends see her in the company of older boys.
Look at that
When they asked
small
if they could take the
popcorn
girls
that
home,
they
she
have.
was all for
That's
it.
the tiniest
She
popcorn
asked
in the world.
Elizabeth to call her folks and tell them that they could ride with a friend's parents. Elizabeth was tempted, but decided it wouldn't be right. And Sally was disappointed.
Yeah, let's not take off with these boys that we just met at a theater. And one of them, seriously, he's got a Dick Tracy coat on.
When the show was over and they were leaving, the boys suggested that if Elizabeth couldn't go with them, why didn't Sally come?
Yeah, Sally.
Sally thought it was a great idea and asked Elizabeth to tell her folks that her parents had picked
What?
her up.
Okay.
Elizabeth...
Okay, now, I know they're about to get into it, but Elizabeth, you better have told Sally, you know, I'm not going to let you ride with two strange dudes that we just met at a movie theater, especially alone. So why don't you just come home with me? Sally seems like she might be, again, like, I'm not victim blaming here, but she's not using very good judgment. So I am about to agree, I think, with this aspect of, what the fuck you doing, Sally? Why are you doing this?
Yeah.
But I also kind of, I don't know, can you see someone going, hey, I'm going to go with these two strangers that I just met. I'll see you later. Like, alone? I can't see anyone doing that, guy or girl. Like, it just seems very odd. But I don't know, maybe I'm wrong on that one.
Didn't like the idea, but Sally insisted.
Oh, so she just took Sally's insistence.
So, Elizabeth left alone.
These two goofy-looking dudes.
Not any of the boys she went with had a car, so it was fun riding with the older fellows.
Oh, that's what it was. They have a car, so it's cool.
But when they drove right past her house, she became concerned.
Like, hey, that's where I live. Yeah, we know. We know, Sally.
When they arrived at Lookout Peak, she was frightened.
Not Lookout Peak.
She tried to convince herself there was nothing to worry about, but when they parked off the road, she knew she had gotten herself into something she couldn't handle.
She tried to convince herself that there wasn't anything to worry about. Why? Why did you... At the point where they passed your home and you said, hey, I live over there, and then two dudes drove you to... What I assume Lookout Point is, you know,
in the middle of nowhere.
Make out point, you know, it's, you know, where the kids used to park and make out or whatever, like they used to love to do in the 60s. But like, once they took you there, why are you still trying to convince yourself that everything's okay? I think some red flags would be like waving with some glory on that one. That somebody waving those red flags in the air like they're patriotic on that at that point. Jeez. Okay, now both of them leaned into her like,
midnight,
get
her
over
parents
here,
became
Sally.
alarmed and called the Nelsons.
Uh-oh.
Yes, Elizabeth was home. Hadn't they picked up Sally? No, over an hour ago. Of course she could talk to Elizabeth. Between guilty tears, Elizabeth told what had happened.
Oh boy, Elizabeth, I kind of blame you a little bit
Sally
too.
had been found, dazedly walking down the road from Lookout Peak. It was a night they'll long remember.
Oh,
In
she
fact,
didn't
Sally
die?
may never be able to forget it.
Wait, so why was she...
Often seeming...
So, so basically, so she was found like dazedly wandering down the road. So like, was she drugged?
Yeah.
Was she just severely sexually assaulted to the point of exhaustion?
Yeah.
I don't understand what happened there. What happened? I don't know, but her friend definitely shouldn't have left her alone. Those are bad friends.
Yeah.
You don't have very good friends.
Innocent places can turn out to be just where wrong associations are made. Mary met Robert at just such a place.
Uh-oh. Robert
frequented
sounds
the malt
like he's
shop
going
in
to
his spare
turn out to be a
time, which was
scumbag.
considerable as he'd finished high school and didn't work. Here he sought out the company of younger teenagers because he wasn't accepted by those of his own age group.
Okay. All right. We all know that guy.
Yeah.
So they existed in the 60s too. Basically, so ever since he finished high school, he has never worked. Yes, we all know those guys. The guys who refused to get a job after they graduated because, oh no, I have to be an adult now? How about I just don't instead? And so we all know those guys. And then we all know the dudes who are in their 20s still hitting on the high school girls.
Oh, yeah.
So All right, let's see what's up here.
Robert.
Let's see Robert try to pick up these. I gotta be honest. Even though these are high school girls, they look like your grandmother. Like,
Yeah.
it was just the style of 1960. It's like, man, I know you're telling me that these girls are in high school, and they might even be based on they might have cast actual high school students, but these ladies look 35. Jeez. It was a rough generation back then.
Oh, yeah.
You looked old early.
Her girlfriend could always be found at the malt shop after school. Mary had seen Robert before and thought he was very good looking, so she was naturally flattered when he singled her out and struck up a friendly conversation. He was fun to talk to, and they discussed everything from cars to movie stars. When he offered her a ride home, she was only too happy to accept.
She didn't tell her face. She can't act happy. This actress stinks. Now they're heading off to Robert's car, which is a really shitty looking, like, 50s pickup truck. It's really awful. I wouldn't want to get into that thing. Looks like he's driving around a giant marshmallow with a bite taken out of the back.
They drove around for a while and talked. Mary was a good listener, and Bob enjoyed nothing more than talking about himself.
Okay.
Mary knew her mother would be upset if she came home with an older boy, so Bob dropped her at the corner.
All right. Sounds creepy, but still no harm done. What's Robert got up his sleeve?
After that, they saw a good deal of each other. At first, Bob was willing to see her at the malt shop, but as time went on, he became jealous of her friends and insisted on their spending more time alone.
That's because he's an immature idiot. There they are, driving around in his marshmallow truck again. So I have a feeling I know where this is going. He gets all possessive and probably beats her up.
They began to go to secluded places, and their relationship became more intimate. Mary knew things were getting out of hand because Bob became more and more demanding, but not wishing to lose his friendship or the prestige she enjoyed from her friends for having an older boyfriend.
Prestige?
She complied with his desire.
Okay, now that is a definite generational divide right there, because if we also all in high school knew the girl that was dating the guy that was like 20. She's like a 14-year-old girl, and her boyfriend would come and pick her up after school and shit. There was no prestige.
Yeah.
It was, well, your boyfriend's a loser.
Yeah,
This is kind of
for
weird.
real.
This is illegal, right? Like, there's something weird going on here. So, I don't know. Let's wrap up here. There's about a minute left of this.
Then Mary found she was in trouble and had to tell her parents. But now it was too late for advice, and Mary had to be taken out of school and placed under the guidance of juvenile authorities.
What happened?
Unfortunately, Mary's story is not an unusual one.
What happened?
Too many
Yeah.
young girls are flattered by the attention of older boys and don't realize until too late that these boys, who cannot compete in their own age group, are often not well adjusted and will demand too much in a relationship with a younger girl. You see,
Okay.
it's often the things that are done without thinking that get young people into trouble. Trying to move too quickly into a world of grown-ups with a young person's faith often cause heartache and disaster.
Okay, I mean, that last one's still pretty relevant. The end, a Sid Davis production. But yeah, that's pretty accurate there. That one at the end with like, hey, look, the older dude who's hitting on you is somebody who can't compete in his own age bracket. He's kind of a loser. The guys that are his age think that he's a fucking loser, so he has to hit on younger girls.
Right.
That one's still,
Yeah.
I think, is still very good advice today. I don't like how they had to dance around the fact that he knocked her up and that he got her pregnant
Yeah.
at the end, but it was like she found herself in trouble and something
She had to be taken out of school.
and had to be taken out of school and talk to the juvenile authorities. And it's like, just say she got pregnant.
Yeah.
Just say he knocked her up. We know that's what happened, and it's super creepy and super gross, and it's still a relevant problem. But hey, that is Girls Beware. That is the female version of Boys Beware. it compares in a lot of ways to Boys Beware,
Yeah.
like especially with those beginning examples, because again, it's not necessarily like it's not a problem that is exclusive to even gay men. Like
Right.
when they're like gay, even gay men who like straight people, they still don't just kill you.
Right.
Like that would just be weird. He's rejecting my advances. I must murder him. That I don't. I mean, I don't know of any case of that happening. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Somebody could probably prove me wrong, but it is also, again, really tone deaf in the sense of, she needs to exercise better judgment when it was just a random victim
Yeah.
where just as, hey, don't get into the car with this stranger. And it's like, okay, yes, don't get into the car with a stranger, but also the stranger's not supposed to kill you.
Yeah, right.
So it's when you're a victim, it's not. These are very victim blamey. Is something that I have noticed about a lot of the old public service announcements, and I do have a lot more that I'm going to do in the future. So definitely stay subscribed to Universe of Weirdos because I have a lot more old school PSAs that throughout the next few months or whatever I will be reviewing. I have one that can help you improve your personality, one that asks, are you popular? And how can you tell are you popular? And what is the key to popularity? I have one of those 1960s, the idea of the home of 1999. So we can go over there. what they thought that the home of 1999 would look like in 1960.
Interesting.
I have The Secret of Selling to the Negro from 1954 that I will be doing with Sean Jones Jr., where it's basically white people acting like they know how to market to black people. So I'm very interested to see how Sean Jones enjoys that one and see what he has to say about it. But I don't really have a whole lot else to say in this episode other than I suppose you could follow me on Instagram if you would like. I am Universe of Weirdos over there, and I'm always happy to answer any of your feedback and questions. If you want to send me a message on Instagram, you can send me a DM there. You can also find me on X. I am jcraft247 on X, formerly Twitter. I also have Threads, Universe of Weirdos. I don't mess with Facebook because there's too much weird negativity on there for whatever reason. Like, I don't know. I don't like really interacting with people on Facebook. It's a little bit annoying. So I don't know if I'm going to have much of a Universe of Weirdos Facebook presence. But I do have a Facebook presence for my other podcast, Planet W, a WNBA podcast. You can see us on Facebook, Planet W, a Planet W fan group on Facebook. That's me and Dan's other podcast.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to be doing that one right now. We're going to be recording an episode. Dan, where can we find you on Instagram?
I am Feverville317 on Instagram and TikTok.
And also TikTok. The TikTok's going to be ramping up because we're about to start the WNBA season. We're going to have a good time there, going to all the basketball games and hanging with all of our Indiana Fever. So it should be a good time. I'm going to tell Caitlin Clark you all said what's up. And until then, we will see you soon.
Peace.